Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'll be showing you how to get this look, which is my Kylie Jenner inspired Met Gala Ball 2017. So this makeup look I created was actually only from like paparazzi and interview pictures. Because it is still going on now, it's hard to really get a full grasp of what her makeup artist created. So this is kind of what I've gone for. Obviously glowy, flawless skin like the Kardashians always have, and the famous nude lip. So if you want to see how I created this Kylie Jenner look, then just keep watching. So as many of you will probably know, the key to a perfect Kardashian look is the skin. Their skin is absolutely flawless. And as you can probably see, mine has a few little blemishes at the moment. So I'm really going to concentrate on the skin, making it look completely airbrushed. So first off, I'm going to take my trusty Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm and I'm going to use that as my primer. And we want to make sure our skin is completely covered so it stays in place all day. Then in Kylie's picture, she's got a really beautiful glow from within. So I'm going to take my Clinique Hefty highlighter pen and I'm just going to pop that on the tops of my cheekbones before I put any foundation on, just to really give that glow from within. I'm also just going to put it down the centre of my face as well. I have to apologise about the lighting because for once in the UK it's actually turning out to be a pretty sunny day, so the lighting may dip in and out, so please excuse that. So I've got that highlighting pen on, as you can see it's just giving my skin that beautiful glow. And then for that flawless base, I'm going to take my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and I'm my fairest of the fair at the moment, and I'm using the shade Y235. And this is a really beautiful medium coverage, quite dewy foundation, but to make it extra glowy and extra gorgeous, I'm going to mix it in with my Cover FX Custom Enhancing Drops in the shade Celestial. And these are literally the dream pair if you want glowy, medium to full coverage skin that just looks flawless and gorgeous. These are your boys. So I'm just going to take a few pumps of that foundation. Yeah, and then I've just put a generous dot of the Custom Enhancing Drops in that, just on the back of my hand, mixing it together. And I'm just going to dot it on my skin and go in with a beauty blender to blend it all out. Even the Kardashians, even though they wear a lot of makeup, they make it look like skin, they make it look just so airbrushed. So I'm going to use a beauty blender just to absorb any excess liquid. If you have oily skin, you should probably avoid adding the extra Custom Enhancing Drops or adding the highlight pen underneath. But because I've got quite dry and like lacklustre skin, adding that just gives me this really gorgeous dewy finish. This makeup look again isn't for people who don't like wearing a lot of coverage, because the Kardashians do, and we want to make our skin just look absolutely flawless. In the case of the Kardashians, more is definitely not less, more is more. So once I'm happy with how my foundation looks, I'm going to move on to a more heavy coverage concealer, and for that I'm going to take the Nars Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Vanilla. And as I said, I'm very fair at the moment, and this Vanilla is the perfect shade. It's the second shade. I think it's Chantecaille or Chantilly is the lightest, and then Vanilla is the second lightest. And just press it, like especially over this spot. Just press it over the top, and then I'm just going to pounce around the outside. We don't want to move any of the coverage we've just put on. I mean, he's a bit of a beast, so if you're recreating this look, hopefully you won't have to deal with little menaces like that one. Once I've got like my really problematic areas, I'm going to move on and take the Eye Eraser by Maybelline, and this is in the shade Light, and firstly highlight my under eyes. Now that shade is a little bit dark to highlight my under eyes, so I'm just going to add my Collection Lasting Perfection on the top, because the Kardashians always have the most beautiful like under eye highlight, and it makes them really look wide awake and just gorgeous. I'm just going to take another beauty blender and then just press that into my skin, using the pointed end to really get up close to my eye. Got a frag in my throat. I'm just going to add a bit more of the Collection Lasting Perfection, just to really brighten everything. And I'm also going to take that down the centre of my face to highlight there as well. Again, just taking the same beauty blender we put our foundation on and just pressing that all in, just so it blends seamlessly with the foundation. Then I'm going to move on to powdering my under eyes. And for that I'm taking the RCMA No Colour Powder and just putting that on a beauty blender and stamping that right underneath my eyes, getting really close to the lash line, because that is where concealer tends to crease the most, especially on me. And while I let the bake sink in, I'm just going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera. See you in a bit. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, her eyebrows are dark, they are, you'd be correct. Kylie had, I'm looking at the picture now, she had super bold brows last night, So that is why I've tried to recreate that with going for super full brows. Normally I make mine really fluffy. If you watch my channel then you'll know, but hers were like really clean cut and precise. So for my eyebrows I used the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and mine is an ash brown. Then I went in with the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in the shade medium brown to set them in place. I just cleaned up the edges using my Collection Lasting Perfection concealer. Now my bake has been on for a very long time, I'm just going to wipe that away. Then onto the rest of the face. Actually, although she was contoured, she didn't really have a very harsh contour whatsoever. So I'm just going to do a real subtle contoured look. How many times do I want to say contour? So for contour, I'm going to take my favourite, which is the Freedom Contour Pan in the shade 04. I'm just going to take that on a big Morphe brush. I'm just going to give myself a really light contoured look. I'm just going to go underneath and carve out my jawline as well, because they have very strong jawlines, unlike me. And that's where I'm going to leave it for contour, keeping it really subtle but just chiselling out those cheekbones. Then she's got quite a rosy cheek going on. If you watch my channel then you'll know I don't really tend to wear blush, but Kylie did last night, so we're going to stick to the theme. And for blush I'm going to take two blushes. I'm going to take the blush in this palette, which is the Rimmel Coral Glow palette. And that's just a really beautiful like pinky peachy blush. And I'm going to mix it with my MUA blush in the shade Cupcake, because this is more of like a pinky nude blush. I think together it'll create like the perfect rosy blush. I'm going to take that on a Zoeva 127 brush. First off I'm just going to take the Cupcake shade, apply that all over my cheeks. And then just to brighten it up I'm going to go into the Coral Glow palette and just take this corally pink shade. And I'm just going to focus that towards the front a bit more, but really being really light-handed with it. I'm really focusing that on the apple of my cheeks because that's where Kylie's blush really popped. With a clean brush I'm just going to blend those two together really lightly so that my contour and blush is seamless. So her highlight was really beautiful. It just kind of looked like her skin but better. It was obviously quite intense, but it wasn't chunky or heavily glittered or anything. So I'm going to go back into our Rimmel Coral Glow palette and take the highlight shade in there on an M510 brush. And just start by applying this. This is really natural and subtle, but it acts as a really good base for additional highlight that you want to put on. So I want it to be a tiny bit more intense, so I'm going to take my Sarazar 24 Carat highlighting powder, and this is in the shade Diva. A little dab of that because it's very pigmented, and just tap it off and just add that on top for this beautiful blinding highlight glow. Yeah, she's got a really blinding highlight on the end of her nose, and she's kind of kept like her Cupid's bow area free. So we're just going to stick to nose highlight and a bit on the chin. I'm going to pop the same Sarazar highlight underneath my brow bone as well. She's got a really blinding brow bone highlight. Then moving on to the eyes. First off, I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution Neutrals vs Neutrals palette, and I'm going to take the shade Adapt for the crease colour. I'm taking that on a Morphe E27 and just taking that above my crease to start with. So because I'm filming this a couple of hours probably after or maybe during the Met Gala, if they've got an after party, I only can see her makeup from interviews. I can't see it from pictures she's posted or specific makeup pictures. So I'm going to try my best to recreate what I think she's got on. Obviously it probably won't be the makeup I've used because a lot of it has been drugstore, but I want to show you that you can get like a Kardashian look like affordably priced. Then for my lid I'm going to take my By Terry Ombre Back Star, and this is in the shade Frozen Quartz. I'm just going to put that all over my lid. I'm just going to start by blending it out with my finger. And taking the same crease brush, I'm going to blend that into the crease just so it's all seamless. So Kylie's got a really like wet lid look going on, so these ombre black stars are perfect for creating like a really glossy eyelid. But like any cream shadow should do. I know if you're in the UK, M&S do one in the Rosie by Autograph range. Autograph by Rosie, whichever one it is. They do some really good dupes for these, but I'm going to use my By Terry just because I love it. And to make it look even glossier, I'm going to take my Urban Decay Liquid Moon Dust. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and then just blend it with my finger over the top. Really focusing that mainly on the inner corner because I want to smoke out the outer corner of the eye. Back in with the cream shadow just to make it more pinky and less like pearly white. And I'm going to go back in with Adapt, taking that on a smaller crease brush and placing that on the outer corner, just to give it that smoky look. Then she's got like a winged eyeliner look going on, but it's not with like eyeliner, it's with like a dark brown shadow. So I'm going to stick with the Neutral versus Neutrals palette and take the shade Custom, which is this on the outer corner. So I'm going to take a Zoeva winged eyeliner brush, run that along the lash line. This will really help cover up the band of your eyelashes as well. Because I've got really hooded eyes, wings don't really suit me, so I'm just going to take that shadow right to the outer corner, but just not wing it out. Of course, if you liked winged liner or if you liked a winged look, go ahead and do it. It'll look really beautiful, it just doesn't quite suit my eye shape. So there we go, that is the lids complete. Then I'm just going to take the same shade, Adapt, and just run that along my lower lash line. She's just got like a really subtle blown out lower lash line look, so that's why I'm going in with the same shade we use in our crease and outer corner. Obviously with this look you can smoke it out or darken it up as much as you like, but I'm just trying to replicate the real look that Kylie wore last night. There we go, so that is the eyeshadow complete, and now we're going to move on to mascara and lashes. First off, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. These are just Sephora eyelash curlers. From the pictures it looks like Kylie's got like individual lashes put on. Obviously I don't have those, so we're going to try and replicate that as much as possible. So for eyelashes I'm going to take my new favourite, and this is the L'Oreal Miss Baby Doll eyelashes mascara. I'm just going to first apply that all over my lashes, because this just gives you the most beautiful like volume lashes, gives it a real lift and curl, and it also keeps them really separated, which I love. Just popping that on my bottom lashes as well. Then for eyelashes I'm going to take the Kiss Vamp eyelashes. So these lashes are quite subtle in comparison to Kylie's. Hers are quite like thick, clumpy and big, but I want to keep this more like something that I would wear, so I'm just going to use these lashes. And also because I'm filming this the next day, obviously I didn't know what lashes she was going to have on, so that's why these are sort of my only option, if I'm going to be real with you. So I'm just applying Duro Lash Glue to these lashes. That's my favourite glue to use. I use it with all eyelashes, so that's why I'm using it for these. There we go, now they're both on. I'm just going to wait for them to dry a little bit more before I move them. Are really, really beautiful lashes. They were really easy to apply. I'm not the best at applying eyelashes, but as you saw, that was pretty easy to pop on. So while we let them just dry a little bit more and become a bit more tacky, I'll move on to the lips. So as always, Kylie's got a pretty nude lip going on. Now her kind of nude lip doesn't really suit me because I'm so fair, so I'm going to kind of adapt it for fair skins. So first off I'm going to take the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the shade London, and I'm just going to pop that on the outer corners of my lips. So as you can probably see from the picture, this is more of like a brownie nude in comparison to the real pale like skin type nude Kylie's got on, but brownie nudes just suit fair skin a little bit better. And then I'm going to go over the centre of that with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Cairo. And then I'm just going to take my ring finger and just dab over the top to blend those together. And then I'm just going to go back in and make sure those eyelashes are pressed together with my natural lashes. And I'm going to go back in with my mascara and blend my natural lashes and the false ones together just so they look extra thick and a bit more natural. And to finish off the look, I'm going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, because obviously we're going to a ball, so we want it to last all night. And there you have it, guys. That is my completed Kylie Jenner Met Gala Ball look 2017. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up and also click my face to subscribe. I love you guys lots, and I will be seeing you very soon. Bye!